Pinterest is a visual search engine. Besides the keywords, if your images on Pinterest, so idea pins, video pins, standard pins, if they're not captivating your audience, you're not going to get far. So I'm going to explain to you guys exactly what it takes for a good Pinterest pin, idea pin, or video pin to actually convert in order to get you traffic and conversion. And you want to learn how to leverage Pinterest as a lead traffic generation machine. You're going to want to watch this video because I'm going to make sure that your images and your videos are on point so that way you can get to that goal. Let's go. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Naikuya, and this is the channel where I help you with anything that's Christian business related, as well as anything that has to do with online visibility, so I can increase your brand awareness in the search engines, increase your website traffic, and increase conversions with SEO or Pinterest or long form content like blogging. So if this sounds like any information that you're interested in and you're trying to grow your brand visibility online, then you're going to make sure you want to follow this channel, hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit the like button as well, and those post notifications, because you'll be notified every single time I post a new video that can help you with online visibility. So without further ado, let's get into the topic for today. So today I want to talk about Pinterest pin creation and what it takes for a Pinterest pin to actually, I don't want to say go viral, but I just want to basically say that works for your brand, but more of Pinterest pins that actually get you the engagement, get you the traffic, and get you the conversions. So I actually made a video like this about a year and a half ago, so it's definitely time to update that video. But if you still want to walk it, I actually walk you through my process of creating pins that have worked for me in the past, that actually went quote unquote viral for me, that got me website traffic and got me sales. So if you want to watch that video, I'll leave it up in the cards up above. However, I want to update this video because I'm not going to really be walking you through exactly how I create the pins, but I'm basically going to give you quick tips that you can use to actually create pins that are going to do the goal that you want them to do on Pinterest. So whether that's to get you that website traffic, whether that's to get saves on Pinterest, whether that's to increase reach, or whether that's to increase conversions over onto your website. If you guys don't know, I own a Christian-based SEO and Pinterest marketing agency where we help e-commerce brands get visible, increase website traffic, be found in the search engines, increase traffic conversion, all using SEO and Pinterest. So I know a little bit about Pinterest. I've been using Pinterest for my business and clients' business for the last 5 years, I should say. So Pinterest has changed a lot, but what actually makes a Pinterest pin convert hasn't really changed that much. And what a lot of people don't know is Pinterest literally tells you exactly its best practices. It tells you exactly what your idea pins, your video pins, and what your standard pins need to kind of visually look like in order to do well on Pinterest. We all know that Pinterest is a visual search engine, which means keywords play a huge part in getting found on Pinterest and increasing your reach on Pinterest. However, before those keywords play a part, if your image doesn't capture the pinner on the other side of that screen, then you're not going to do well on Pinterest. So this is why keywords and visual actually combine as one, as a very, very important factor that makes your Pinterest pin convert. But if you want to learn all about Pinterest keyword research, I'll have a video linked up in the cards and linked down below for you guys, because I explain to you exactly how to do Pinterest keyword research, so that way your pins actually get found by the right people, and that way it helps increase your engagement rate, your outbound links, as your outbound clicks, as well as your conversion. So I'm going to break this down into 5 different parts just to make it easier to digest for you guys. The first thing you're going to want to do is familiarize yourself with Pinterest best practices for idea pins, video pins, and standard pins. You guys, I'll put it right up here on the screen for you guys. I'm going to walk you through exactly what Pinterest tells you is going to work well. So I'm going to hop over onto my computer and I'm going to explain to you exactly what does well on Pinterest, or what Pinterest basically tells you your images need to look like. So for standard pins, it says pick a vertical image, which is about a 2:3 aspect ratio, which is about 1000 by 1500 pixels. It also tells you to make sure your brand is at the focal point of the images. So basically what that means is if you're using an image or a product, make sure it's at the forefront of the image. So if I'm scrolling and I'm looking at the image, your product or service should pop out at me. It says avoid using abstract images or lifestyle imagery that does not showcase your brand. Make sure you include your logo, add overlay text. This is really good for SEO because Pinterest can read the text that you put on top of your images. So this is very important to make sure that Pinterest knows exactly where to place your Pinterest pin within the feeds using keywords. Make sure you optimize the pin copy. Once again, I have a Pinterest keyword research video on where to place keywords on Pinterest and how to do Pinterest keyword research, so I will leave that in the description below. And then make sure your links are relevant with the pin. So wherever you're leading people to, you better make sure that that pin actually relates to actually where you're leading people to, because Pinterest knows if somebody goes to your website from a pin and they bounce right back off. Now for video pins, it's a little different. You want to make sure they're strong and make it actionable. So lead with clear hook within the first few seconds to capture people's attentions, and that's for any short video form content. You want to make sure you choose the right length of the video. So Pinterest suggests about 6 to 15 seconds for video ads, and for just organic content, about 15 seconds to a minute long. Show, don't tell. This is very important. Showcase how your products can be used. Showcase the results of your services that can provide. So some pinners watch videos with the sound off, so don't rely on the audio or dialogue. You can use text overlay as well, or captions to help tell your story. Pick a strong cover image, and then optimize, once again, your pin copy. And then for idea pins, which is all the rave right now on Pinterest, you want to make sure that you think of the video first, because it's the first thing that person's going to see when they're scrolling. So the video should be great for telling a story, and that helps you connect with your audience. You want to start with the video on the first page to stand out in people's feeds, and then just make sure to add text overlays, since some people will watch with the sound off. Make sure it's your own content. I see so many people using other people's like TikTok or IG Reels on their own Pinterest profile, and that is honestly a no-no. I mean, there's no rule. You're not going to get banned from Pinterest from doing this so far, but I do see other creators using other people's video content on their Pinterest page, which I don't understand why, because that doesn't honestly help with your traffic in the end. So I don't know, that's weird. But anyways, make your own content. Make sure you show your personality, or you can also showcase how your customers or past customers use their products, because idea pins help people get to know the creators or the person behind the brand. So don't be afraid to narrate your pin or show your face. It gets your audience excited to follow you and keep them coming back to engage. Make sure you share the right detail. So when you're uploading the idea pin, you can either add notes, you can add ingredients, or you can add steps. So if any of those are applicable to your actual idea pin, make sure you add them, because people do read them. And then make sure you triple check. So do a quick quality review before publishing. There's a preview button that you can hit on idea pins. Make sure that everything is in line and focused. Make sure everything is crisp, clean, and high quality. And then things to check for. Are the screen edges covered? If not, pinch to resize them. How's the lighting? Because natural light does wonders. Do the videos and image fit together? If not, try adding some filters. So if you go to business.pinterest.com/creative best practices, and I'll leave the link down below, it literally tells you exactly what you need to do for your standard pins, your idea pins, and your video pins in order to increase your engagement and reach of your pins. Okay, so now that you have an idea of Pinterest's best practice when it comes to standard, video, and idea pins, the next thing that I like to do when I'm trying to create pins to spark some type of action. So remember, the action for you may be different. For me and my clients, usually that action I want people to take is to visit our website, which is an outbound click, either add an item to a cart, or either complete a checkout, which to that is conversions. But you may have email signups or downloads you want somebody to do, so that can be a conversion goal for you. So when I say conversions, just keep in mind conversions is going to be different based on what your brand wants to accomplish by using Pinterest in their marketing strategy. Back to what I was saying, what I like to do is actually do a little research. So I'm going to hypothetically put a situation out there. So let's say I am a travel product brand and I sell travel products. And I'm creating Pinterest pins, or if I'm creating idea pins, I kind of want to know what's already doing well. And the best way to do that is to use the search bar. So what I want you to do is you're going to go to the Pinterest search bar, and we're going to use that example of that travel e-commerce brand. And I'm going to type in some keywords. And so based on the keywords that relates most to the product that you're trying to get people to, or maybe the service that you're trying to get people to, I really want you to pay attention to the top 2 rows of Pinterest pins that actually come up. And what I want you to pay attention to is, are there images that are popping up over videos, or are there more idea pins popping up over videos? The next thing I want you to look at are the colors. So what colors are mostly on that forefront? So do you notice bright colors, dark colors, neutral colors? I also want you to pay attention to if it's word heavy, so text heavy, or if it's mostly image heavy. After that, you're also going to pay attention to the keywords that they use on their images, if any. And when you're looking at all of this, I want you to basically keep in mind, Pinterest is putting these in the top two rows, or the top two rows for a reason. It's because they did very well. So they're going to give you the best results. So what you're going to do is analyze, okay, well, why are these pins in the top results? And I like to look at all of these things. This is going to help me understand, okay, when I make this travel pin, I need to make sure that I use text. I need to make sure that I use images. I need to make sure that I use big white words. I need to make sure there's a lot of white space. I need to make sure I use this keyword on here. Because this is basically what worked for other people when you typed in those keywords. So most likely it can possibly work for you too. Here's another secret tip that I want you to do, okay? You're actually going to download a free tool called Pinontop. And this is a Chrome extension Pinterest tool that you can use to see what pins actually got the most saves. What you're gonna do is look at the pins that have the most saves and what do they all have in common, because you're gonna write down all these attributes of this pin to make sure that your pin reflects what's doing well in search results. So I'm gonna show you exactly how I use this free Chrome extension tool right now. I'll put a little pop-up right here for you guys, and I'm gonna walk you through exactly how I do it. Now, this is very important because pins that got the most saves also have the most potential to get the most reach, because when somebody is saving a pin, they're most likely going to refer back to that pin at a later time, so that can be future traffic and future conversions for you. Also, when somebody saves a pin to their board, that pin is now exposed to everybody else who follows that board on that pinner's account. So that increases your reach. So what Pinontop does, it tells you exactly what pins and that search result actually has the most saved. Okay, so now that you have an idea of Pinterest best practices, you did some research on what pins are doing the best in search results, you're using that Chrome extension Pinontop to see which got the most saves. Now is actually time to create your pins. So I use Canva to create my pins, so I recommend using Canva as well. I also used Tailwind Create in the past to create my pins, but honestly, I like Canva a little bit more better because it's a graphic design tool, and I find out with Tailwind Create, you don't have as much freedom with like shapes and text and all that stuff. So at the end of the day, I love using Canva to make my Pinterest pins. Now, keep in mind, Canva does have Pinterest pin templates already built for you where you can just switch out like the text and the copy and all that stuff, but I actually don't recommend using them. And this is why. These Pinterest Canva templates are not made or not created by a Pinterest expert. So I'm pretty sure that whoever made these templates does not do Pinterest best practices to a T. And they also don't use research within these Pinterest designs. They also don't use research as far as what industry you're creating these pins for, because yes, different industries have different pins that work for them. And I'll get to that in a few. So what I actually want you to do is, instead of using a Pinterest Canva template that's already there, try to make your own. I promise you it's gonna help you in the long run. Now, if you're like, I don't have time to create Pinterest templates in Canva, and I also want to make sure my Pinterest templates are good, so I don't want to use the Canva ones, then I recommend you using my templates that I actually created for you guys. So I created templates for 3 different industries: for service-based business, for product sellers, and for lifestyle bloggers. And within these templates, I made sure that over 5 years of experience of creating pins, I compiled everything that works well with the pins that I created in the past. All the viral pins I got from all of my clients, what I basically did is I assessed each and every one and said, okay, why did this one do well? And I put all that together and I created graphics for you guys, these templates that all you have to do is plug and play. So plug and play your colors, your body copy, your images or your videos, and your call to actions. And these Pinterest pin templates are going to be different from the Canva ones just because they're actually created by a Pinterest expert who actually have these pen designs backed up by years of research, backed up by industry analytics, and backed up by Pinterest's best practices. Now, these 3 different templates, they come in packs of 20 or 15. The service-based one and the product seller templates come in a pack of 20. The lifestyle blogger comes in a pack of 15. The lifestyle blogger one is $21 for 15 templates, and the service provider and the product seller is $27 for 20 templates. And every template that you use, as long as you're switching out like the images or the videos, the copy and all that stuff, they're going to be considered as fresh pens. And basically what fresh pens are, which Pinterest loves, is basically new images. They want to see new pens that has never been seen before on Pinterest. And so as you're going through these templates and you're changing up the images and the text and the colors and all of that, they're going to be considered fresh pens. And they're backed by industry research, analytics, and Pinterest best practices. And these are designed specifically for each industry that actually work. So if you guys are interested in those templates, I'll leave them linked down below, so that way you don't have to worry about creating these Pinterest pens from scratch. Now, like I said, I'm not going to go over exactly how to create these Pinterest pens, because I have a video all about me making the Pinterest pens for you, and I'll leave that video once again up in the cards, and I'll also leave that in the description if you actually want to see me actually go through and making these pens. After you created these pens, the next thing you're going to do is test them. So I need you to basically publish these pens, use keyword research as well. So make sure you're filling out the pen title, the pen description, make sure you're saving it to a board that is relevant, and make sure you're using keywords in the right places. Once again, if you need help with Pinterest keyword research and where to put keywords and how to do the keyword research, I have a video for you guys that walks you through all of that, walks you through my process that I do for my clients as well as my business as well. And I'll leave that video in the description or up in the cards for you. So after you publish these Pinterest pens, what I want you to do is give it about 30 days. And then within 30 days, I want you to go back to your Pinterest analytics, and I want you to assess what pens did the best. And I want you to look at, okay, what pens got the most impressions, because this is going to tell you what pens actually Pinterest said, okay, everything all aligns, you have good keywords everywhere, your Pinterest pen actually relates to the topic that you're trying to talk about, and the destination link that you're leading people to matches what that pen is about. So your impressions are going to be high based on what Pinterest says makes sense to them. So look at the pens that got the most impressions or the most reach. This lets you know that whatever you did with that pen, it reached the most people. So I want you to write down exactly what you did. Now, the next thing I want you to do is look at the pens that got the most engagement. So engagement on Pinterest basically is a combination of pen clicks, which this is people who actually click on your image but don't do anything else after that. And I also want you to look at the saves and the outbound clicks. So the outbound clicks, saves, and the pen clicks all in total equals Pinterest engagement. And so your saves, like I said before, this is going to let you know that people maybe aren't interested in this right now, but they're definitely interested later on in the future. They're planning for the future. So this is also going to help increase your reach, and is also going to increase future traffic or future conversions for you. So you know somebody's interested in that pen. Then I want you to see, okay, well, what pens got the most outbound clicks? So the pens that got the most outbound clicks are vital, because this basically tells you that the image was, well, your keyword research was well, because Pinterest put that pin out to the right person. Your image did very well because people not only clicked on it, but they also went over to your website. So this is the pin that you really want to base all your future pins off of, with a combination of the pin that got the most impressions, because you want to use whatever keyword research you did with those pins, try to apply it to the one that got the most outbound clicks. And then pay attention once again to the ones that got the most pin clicks. Just tell you something is wrong with the actual maybe pin title, the pin description, maybe something wasn't clear. So when that person viewed a bigger portion of your image, something was like, I'm not going to click on through the website because something's not right. So pay attention to those as well. And that's it. That's the end of this video. So hopefully this video helped you understand exactly what it takes for a Pinterest pen to convert, whatever conversion means for you. And if you are interested in more Pinterest videos like this, please let me know in the comments down below. Actually, let me know if there's actually any Pinterest topics that you guys want me to go over so I can make a video for them, because otherwise I'm just going to be making anything on Pinterest. But I want to make sure that I'm doing the topics that you guys have the most problems with. I will make sure that I'll leave all my other related Pinterest videos down below that has to do with this video here that you guys might find very helpful. Please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and turn on those bell notifications so that way you are notified every single time I upload a new Pinterest video that can help you with your Pinterest marketing. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.